I know you feeling it.
Used to be in darkness, drowning sin was ocean deep. Bed I made, I laid. I was close to sleep. Decisions had to make. You want your life, but want these streets. These streets want to play just like a friend, but I'm no Greek.
Oh, you want to see?
Oh, he wants to see what we're talking about.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, praises.
So what we do when we see if we can find one of our people, and you know who our people are, right? Because we look like each other, right? So in the Bible, it tells exactly who people are.
He wants to see it.
So in the Bible, it tells exactly who people are. Is that nation chart in there? In that bag? Nation.
All right.
Anyway,
Front there. All right.
anyway, in the Bible, he's going to bring out, Deuteronomy.
What's that? Deuteronomy?
7:6.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
In the Bible, it tells exactly.
I got it. Okay.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Excuse me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, please begin.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Okay, this is Moses. You know the story of Moses, right? Brought the Israelites out of Egypt. When he brought them out of Egypt, he took them into the wilderness, and the Most High gave all the law. And then Moses was telling these people had been in slavery for so long they forgot who they were. So Moses was telling, go to Deuteronomy 1:1. This is how we could tell who we are.
1:1.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel on this side Jordan in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Tophel and Laban and Hazeroth and Dizahab. There are 11 days journey from Hirah by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea.
Did you finish one?
Yes, sir.
All I needed was one. So that's Moses telling the Israelites.
Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
All Israel. So this is the context of Deuteronomy, the book of Deuteronomy. So when we go into Deuteronomy 7 and 6, which you just read, it says that these are the people that the Most High God chose. So if he chose the Israelites, when we go through the rest of Deuteronomy, get Deuteronomy 28 to 68. Because that explains who we are here. Okay? So, the book of Deuteronomy is going to explain, you're going to have to put 2 and 2 together to get 4. So, us as a people were brought over from Africa to be slaves. You find it true? Okay. So read Deuteronomy 28, 68.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Okay. Egypt is synonymous with slavery because the original Israelites were in Egypt as slaves. So he said the Most High is going to bring you back into slavery on ships. This was 4,000 years ago before we came into slavery. So Moses is telling the story to the Israelites. We went through slavery here in America from this prophecy. So that's one thing that proves that we're the Israelites. Because we're the only group of people on earth.
I don't know where he went. There he is.
Hold on one second.
We're the only people on earth.
We're the only people on earth that went through slavery like we went through slavery. It's never the only time we ever went through slavery like this was back in Egypt. We walked out of Egypt. Remember, we walked out of Egypt, crossed the Red Sea, the Most High dried up, split it, dried the land. We walked across it. We closed the water, killed all the Egyptians. So that's one of the Pharaoh, what Pharaoh does, he went out with his men, but he stayed on shore and he directs what to do because he got captains and lieutenants and all that. So he was telling them, hey, go get them slaves and bring it back to Egypt. So they crossed, the Most High split the sea. But here's the miracle, he could split the sea. He dried the land so they could walk across. So this is God working, but he worked it through Moses. Moses did this in the sea part, but the Most High dried the land. So these are the Israelites that did that. So if we walk out of Egypt, we should be able to walk back into Egypt. If we just go over there, we should be able to walk back over there, all right? That ain't what this prophecy is saying. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spoke unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So what that's saying is, when it says that you shall see it no more again, that's you shall not see Egypt again, because you walked across it. You're going to go out to the wilderness and you're going to get the kingdom that the Most High said to get. But we did one thing wrong when we're in the wilderness. Remember what that is? Remember the golden calf that they made out there? So they went against God's law by making an idol to another god. So they got us in the doghouse. So now we're out in the wilderness suffering for 40 years until all of the people had done that sin had died out. So now we're going through time. We're remembering what Moses had told the Israelites in the wilderness, that you're going to go back into Egypt again. According to the Bible, America is known as Sodom and Egypt, spiritual Sodom and Egypt. So, I'm sorry. So that's just one of the ways that we could tell that we are the true children of God. We're the Israelites. Another way we could tell is the curses. So we're gonna tell what God had in plan for them if they kept His commandments. Read that, 28:1.
Book of Deuteronomy, 28th chapter and the first verse. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all His commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
So we're supposed to be up at the top. Look around. Are we on the top? So we must have did something wrong to be down there. So he said, if you keep my commandments that I command thee this day, all these blessings will come upon you and overtake you. So just read the first blessing that he did.
And the second verse, 28th chapter and the second verse. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field.
Are we blessed in the city? Can we go get a job anytime? Do we have to go get a job? It's not a blessing that have to get a job. If we're the top nation on earth, the top nation on earth is going to make people work for them and reap the spoils. But we're not getting that. We're down at the bottom. Continue.
Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kine, and the flocks of thy sheep.
So the fruit of your body is your children. Look at our children running around the street today. They don't even know God. So the fruit of your body are your children. So your children are supposed to be loyal to you, will take care of you in your old age, even in your infirmity. Your children are supposed to be doing this, right? They're supposed to be fighting each other, trying to, I'm gonna take care of Daddy. Daddy ain't got nothing to worry about because he took care of us. But our children are not doing that.
Quarter after 4.
You gotta go, brother?
You do. Why y'all want to knock them out in time? I got about 10 more minutes.
Okay, so we just read that these people, the blacks, so-called blacks, that's what we call them. They called us blacks. We didn't call ourselves blacks. The Hispanic people are also the children of Israel. And the Native Americans, the Indians, they're also children of Israel. Why are they getting so messed up? If you go think about they live on reservations. Why are they living on reservations? Because in the early part of America, they were herded up and they walked across Eastern America and they called it the Trail of Tears because 30,000 people died in that trail to get to the east side of Mississippi. So what's happening to us is happening to the Native Americans, it's happening to the so-called Mexicans, because they go through some stuff as bad as we go through. Right now, the United States got ICE getting the immigrants, but it's supposed to be everybody from around the world who are immigrants. They just getting on the Spanish people, the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans. Oh, you got to go back. That's a curse. We're supposed to be on. Nobody's supposed to be telling us where to go. So if we're having all these things go bad for us, there's got to be a reason. Read 28:15.
Deuteronomy 28, chapter in the 15th verse says, But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Read first curse.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So that's the opposite of the blessing. The first blessing was you be blessed in the city, blessed in the field. Now you getting cursed. That's us. Who's the first hired, or last hired, first fired? It's us. Who got a march for civil rights? Us. Civil rights should be a natural thing according to the Constitution. All men were created equal according to the Constitution. But when the Constitution was written, where were we at? In 1776, they say all men are created equal. But we were slaves. So the Constitution does not include us. That's a curse. So when we haven't kept the laws of the Lord, which are in this book, that's why we've been cursed. And it started in Africa. We started worshiping idols. That's the main thing the Most High don't like.
Yeah.
He hates idols. What's an idol that you think is not an idol? Yeah. You think it may not be an idol, but we're going to tell you that it is.
All those cigarettes is,
Well, something like that.
drugs is,
You know, if you
if I worship you.
if you go to church, right? You don't go to church, but when you went to church, I know you used to go to church when you were young. What was that picture? When you walked in the door, picture, right?
It's towards the right.
That's Jesus, right?
I don't know about him.
I don't know if you can see that, but that's
I get that.
You
got
can,
one couple about him.
so you got a little bit of knowledge. So
A little
you,
bit.
yeah. So you know that the Most High is not like idols, but the Christian faith, they got idols. They got a Jesus. Get Exodus 20 and 1. 2 or 3. Because
You want to read that?
in the book of Exodus,
I'm gonna let you read that. So.
that's when the Israelites started getting the law. So the first, huh?
That's when
Go ahead.
Israelites started getting.
No, we were talking. He didn't hear what you said. Can you repeat yourself?
In the book of Exodus, that's when the laws started coming to the Israelites. So in Exodus 20, and he's going to read that, it's going to explain why he does what he does. Go ahead.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 1. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
So now no other gods before him. So white Jesus is another god, because our
You said white Jesus.
yeah, there's a white Jesus and there's a black Jesus. White Jesus ain't in the Bible nowhere. But so since we're worshiping a white Jesus, that's another god. That's an idol. He said, "You shall have no god other than him."
That's part of the curse. Worshiping me.
Right. That's why he put us through the curses. That's what got us over here in slavery. It's because back in Africa, that's the first thing. You know how the Christian Crusades did? That was back then when they were having. They say you got to worship Jesus or they gonna kill you. You go by the sword. That
Okay.
actually happened.
Africans in Africa were worshiping the white Jesus before enslavement. Is that what you said?
The people in Africa weren't Africans. They were Israelites. Those are the people that started to worship other gods.
Okay.
It was African gods first. Because you know the Africans, they got gods everywhere. They got a god for everything. That's what we started to do. When the Crusades came out, like around the Renaissance period, 1100, 1300 AD, they were making people worship Jesus, the white Jesus, or they'll put you to the sword. What would you do if somebody came up to you and say, "Hey, you're gonna worship this or you're gonna die"? I'm gonna worship that. So we didn't have the so-called intestinal fortitude to actually say, "No, we're not gonna do this." We're here every Saturday. We're here every Saturday. Right now, we might not be here next Saturday because we're coming into the Passover period. It's our Passover, so we gotta get ready for Passover. I don't want to say we won't, but
What's the one after that?
after that, let's see. Passover is the first of April. So then 7 days later it's over. So depending on how these brothers, because they got to work, they got to travel a long way to get.
To be, I'll see y'all.
Huh?
If it's meant to be, I'll see y'all.
Okay. All right. I'll praise you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for stopping and listening to us. I appreciate that.
We appreciate it. But the thing is you got to keep the commandments. You got to find out what they are and do them. But you know today is the Sabbath day? On the Sabbath day, we're not supposed to be buying and selling. We're not supposed to work. You see people out here going to that store over there. So it's not really their fault, but it is their fault because the word is here for them to hear it. If they hear that you're not supposed to work on the Sabbath day, that's today.
What's that verse that Jesus said? Okay. Everything in the Lord. This ain't considered work.
Huh?
He sent the city of the joy.
No, this is right. It's work, but it's righteous work. I'm not working, to make a buck. And we ain't getting no money up here. So it's righteous work, but that's your works. You got to have faith and works, because faith without works is dead. If you don't keep the commandments and you got faith, no salvation. There's no salvation. You got to have both.
It's supposed to also come together.
Right.
All right.
It's all coming.
We bless you, brother.
Hey, that's brother.
Oh, what's your name? Hashim? Okay. Hope we see you again. Okay. Have a blessed day.
Come on.
Thank you for watching. If you wish to donate, you can use Zelle or PayPal. We're the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved. Shalom.